Welcome back for Witchtober. Today is the 30th day. Tomorrow's the last one for this series and we're back to the normal stuff. But I wanted to share a ritual with you guys and let you know that it's one that maybe you want to try too. It's a little late this year if you're going to try and do it, to be honest, but maybe for next year. So this one, if you want the full ritual, is from my latest book. Yes, shameless plugging. So, turning the wheel. But this is one that I wanted to chat about. So for this ritual, I will talk about this tomorrow, but I have three major themes that I always do for Samhain every year, and this one falls under the one of fear. For a lot of us, Halloween is a time that we really focus in on the emotion of fear. Throughout the year we have different ones, you know, at Yule you're gonna be like love and joy and things like that for that season. At Beltane you might focus more on like sexuality, but also for like gardening, like that's a lot of work. And of course during the summer a lot of us have more relaxation and just enjoyment and things like that. So for Samhain we have fear, and it's a lot of the overcoming our fears. That's why we decorate, like kind of as general as a society, is like to prove that we're not afraid of things, is we have creepy things. I mean, even my little chick over here that's been chilling throughout this entire series, one of my favorite decorations I've ever bought. If you look, her little tray here is filled with kind of creepy crawly things. I mean, you got eyeballs on your thing, you know, like we do that all the time. And we decorate our houses with giant spiders, and we have skeletons and images of death everywhere. And we have jump scares, and we have clowns, and we have like toxic vats of things and aliens and all sorts of stuff that is there to invoke fear. And on the Halloween season, Halloween night, we take that time to overcome our fears. You go through the haunted house to prove to yourself that you can be afraid, but you can get through it. Whether people are completely conscious that they're doing that is a different story, but that tends to be the general thing. It's like we're laughing in the face of our fears. And so a good ritual to do that has to do with a lot of the stuff you would already kind of be doing for this time of the year. Like I said, it's a little bit late if you're watching this when I'm posting this, so my bad. I kind of should have scheduled this a little better, shouldn't I have? But you know what? We're here at like the end, so it's fine. Do it next year. But you dress up as the thing you fear. So whatever it is this year, you know, like one that would be great for me is poverty. I'm gonna dress poor, not that difficult. And if you are afraid of deceit, you might dress as a clown, or, you know, whatever it is that you're afraid of. Maybe it's more generic. You're afraid of spiders. Dress up as a spider. But place your costume around the thing that you fear. And then, obviously, do the Halloween thing. Do the trick-or-treaters, do the stuff, whatever. Then, once the trick-or-treaters are long since gone, it's time to do your ritual. Well, actually, I take that back. You would also carve your pumpkin this year in line with your fear. So if you're, you know, afraid of death, you might do a grave or a skull. You know, pick something that's related to what you fear. And then, once again, you've got your costume on, the trick-or-treaters are gone, you're gonna take that pumpkin, and then you are going to cast circle, do all the stuff, and then in ritual, write about your fears. Write about why this fear is like so bad, what do you think is gonna happen? Like really dive into that fear that you have. Then you're gonna take your paper and you're gonna fold it away from you 3 times. Whenever you fold it, you know, you're gonna like whoop, and then you crease it, go away from you to get rid of it. Fold it up 3 times. Then you're gonna set it aside, put something on top of it. Paper is always gonna fly away. It's just logistics. Set something on top of it. And then hold your pumpkin and you're gonna focus on your fears. And just like your experience with that fear, that paralyzing fear, when you've seen like a big spider in your house and like that moment of sheer panic kicks in. I totally skipped a step. This is the joy as I've tried to summarize it, and then I forget things. So after you fold the paper away from you, and after you visualize holding the pumpkin, then you're gonna dig a hole and put it in the ground, that paper, and then you're gonna put the pumpkin on top of it. And then when you're ready, light a black candle if you can. They're pretty easy to find this time of the year, to be honest. But light your candle inside of your pumpkin and then say some words of just getting rid of your fears, acknowledging it, and transforming it into confidence. Then as that candle's burning, focus on this fear turning into confidence. So that can be kind of difficult You know, if you're afraid of snakes, try to visualize like the positive attributes we put towards snakes of like confidence and like you can handle whatever situation comes at you, you're not afraid of anything. Or again, handling clowns, you're able to see through the deceit with ease. Whatever it is, focus on that fear becoming a confidence boosting thing. Then when you're ready, close up circle. Leave that paper, let your candle burn out if you can, but obviously do it safely. If you pick a small candle like a birthday candle, they burn, I found, for like maybe about 10 minutes or so. Spell candles are typically a lot longer and tea lights are usually like a couple hours of burning at least. That's why I love birthday candles, other than the fact that you have to either find a holder that is specific for them or you have to melt the bottom a little bit and then plop it into the holder because it just in the holder. But let that candle burn out if you can, and then leave your pumpkin for at least 3 days if you can after you close up circle. And then try and carry that new confidence with you. Obviously, it's not going to instantly fix your fears, but you're starting to do some magic to help with it. And like I said, I have this in my book. It's written far better. It has been reviewed by multiple people to make sure that my words work. My videos are just me, myself, and I meandering through topics, so I try. But listen, when I forget a step, it's fine. So anyways, basically, dress up as the thing you fear, carve a pumpkin on the same theme, and then in ritual, write down your fears, write about it, then hold your pumpkin, think about it, bury it under the pumpkin, and then say some words, visualize you overcoming your fears, and then that's it. And then you can give your pumpkin as an offering. There are a lot of wildlife like sanctuaries and stuff that will take, I think even zoos might too. If you don't treat your pumpkin, they will take it and they can give it to the wildlife. Where I live, I don't have that issue. I got deer that are constantly in my yard, so I'm sure they'll eat it. And if not, I will take it up in the mountains at my dad's house, where it will definitely be gone within a day. They love pumpkin. Just make sure you're not dumb and treat it with a bunch of toxic chemicals. Just don't do it. It's not that hard. If you need to carve your pumpkin early, get a reusable pumpkin, dumb. Just, they sell those. If you want it out for a long time, you don't need to poison everything. Like, truly, if you treat it with like Vaseline and bleach and stuff, like, the wildlife that's going to be attracted to it is going to be harmed because of it. So don't do that. Either wait till like the day before and maybe it'll be good enough, or the day of, and then put your pumpkin out. And if you can't do that, then use a reusable one that you carve. And it's out of like foam or plastic or whatever. And then you just reuse it year after year and you're reminded of your fears that you've overcome. You know, there's different ways to look at that. But yeah, so anyways, this is a terrible video. I'm sorry. I'm at the end of the rope for this series. Yeah, we'll be back to normal next month. So anyways, thank you for coming along. If you want the written, actually know how to speak words version of this, it's in my book, Turning the Wheel. You can find a link to it down below. A huge thank you to my patrons. If you would like to support me and get access to exclusive content, it's patreon.com/nightwillowcrafts. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I post every single day. And until next time, blessed be.